Hello and welcome back to the Chocolate Academy Online. I'm Chef Julie Sharp. Today we're going to make an elevated vegan version of the chocolate and banana bread. This banana bread has no eggs or dairy but is really rich and moist. We've paired the flavours of banana with exotic flavours of passion fruit and mango, which are used in our crémeux and glaze. I will also show you how to make a crunchy coconut streusel base to complement all the tropical flavours. So let's get started. Let's begin our first recipe, the chocolate mango passion fruit and banana cake. For the cake you'll need the following ingredients: 540 grams of bananas, fresh and very ripe, 146 grams of dark brown sugar, 115 grams of vegetable oil, 170 grams of soya milk, 5 grams of vanilla extract, 350 grams of flour, 7 grams of baking powder, 7 grams of baking soda, 2 grams of salt, 3 grams of cinnamon powder, 130 grams of Callebaut 811 Belgian dark chocolate couture. As needed, vegan butter. You will need the following utensils: preheat the oven to 175 degrees Celsius. Blend the bananas and the sugar in the Thermomix until smooth and add the oil and mix well. Add the soya milk and the vanilla extract and mix well. Sieve the flour, baking powder, baking soda, salt and cinnamon powder. Add all the dry ingredients to the wet ingredients in the Thermomix and blend well. Stir the Callebaut 811 dark chocolate chips into the batter. Brush the cake moulds with the melted vegan butter and make sure to grease the cylinder insert as well. Line the cake mould with the parchment paper, cut to fit the inside of the mould. Place the cake mould on the scales without the insert and pipe 380 grams of the batter into the mould. Insert the cylinder and then pipe another 240 grams of cake mix into the mould. Bake for 30 minutes or until a cake tester inserted in the centre of the cake comes out clean. Let the cakes cool down for 10 minutes. Twist the insert cylinder and pull out gently. Take out the banana bread and place onto a cooling rack to cool completely. Do not remove the parchment paper right away since it keeps the moisture inside. We will now prepare the filling for our cake, the passion fruit and mango crémeux. For the crémeux you will need the following: 125 grams of water, 62 grams of mango puree, 62 grams of passion fruit puree, 30 grams of sugar, 50 grams of inulin and 150 grams of Callebaut Madagascan single origin dark chocolate. You will need the following utensils: to begin, we'll warm up the water and the purees in the saucepan to 70 degrees Celsius. Mix the sugar and the inulin together. Sprinkle the sugar mixture into the warm puree while mixing with the immersion blender. Pour the warm mixture onto the chocolate and leave it for a moment to allow the chocolate to begin to melt. Mix with the immersion blender until well emulsified. Pour in a bowl and cover with cling film, making sure the cling film touches the surface of the crémeux. Reserve in the refrigerator until needed. Let's now look at the recipe for our cake glaze. You will need the following ingredients: 250 grams of sugar, 125 grams of passion fruit puree, 125 grams of soya cream, 220 grams of Callebaut Madagascan single origin dark chocolate couverture. To prepare the glaze, you will need the following utensils: place a saucepan on the stove and gently warm it, then sprinkle a small amount of sugar in the dry saucepan and warm over a medium-high heat until the sugar dissolves. Once it's dissolved, continue adding more sugar to the pan little by little. Once all the sugar is dissolved and well caramelised, add the passion fruit juice in small stages, mixing well after each addition. Repeat the same technique with the soya cream. Pour the resulting liquid on the chocolate and let it sit for a minute or two. Mix with the immersion blender until it's well emulsified. Pour the mix into a bowl and cover with plastic film, making sure the film touches the entire surface. Refrigerate until needed. When the glaze is needed, reheat it to 40 degrees Celsius for the glazing of the cakes. We can now move on to preparing the coconut streusel. For the streusel we will use 60 grams of flour, 45 grams of coconut flour, 120 grams of dark brown sugar, 40 grams of coconut shredded unsweetened, 90 grams of vegan butter, 45 grams of coconut oil. We will use the following utensils: to prepare the streusel, blend all the ingredients together in a tabletop mixer until well mixed. Place the streusel on a silpat lined tray and shape into a rough triangle. Top with another silpat sheet before rolling it out to 4 millimeters thick. Refrigerate for 30 minutes or until hard. Once it's set, remove the silpat from both sides, cover the streusel with a piece of parchment paper and turn over onto a plastic board. Place the template on the streusel and cut around it with a small knife. You will need 2 pieces of streusel for your 2 cakes. Place the streusel rectangles on a silpat baking sheet and top with another sheet. Bake for 10 minutes in a preheated oven, 160 degrees Celsius, rotating as needed to ensure the streusel is evenly brown and baked. Once baked, remove from the oven and allow to cool completely. Reserve for the assembly of the cakes. Let's now focus on creating our chocolate decoration. For the decorations you will need the following ingredients: pre-crystallized Callebaut 811 Belgium dark chocolate couverture. You will need the following utensils: to make the chocolate decoration, start by cutting a guitar sheet to the size of the half pipe. Wet the plastic board with a damp paper towel and stick the cut guitar sheet on top. Pipe a small amount of pre-crystallized chocolate on the guitar sheet and then spread it with an offset spatula. Let the chocolate set until it's touch dry and then use the bicycle cutter to cut the 3 cm strips. Place the guitar sheet inside the half pipe and refrigerate until set. Once set, remove the guitar sheet from the inside of the tube and carefully remove the chocolate strips. Reserve the strips for decorating the glazed cakes. Now that we've made all our components, we can assemble our cakes. For the assembly, we will need the following: cooled banana bread, passion fruit and mango crémeux in a piping bag, chocolate and passion fruit glaze, coconut streusel, chocolate decorations, and gold leaves. You'll need the following utensils: use a serrated knife to cut a thin slice off either end of the cake. To assemble the cakes, stand your cake up on one end on a plastic board and fill the cavity with the crémeux. Turn it round and repeat on the other side. Apply even pressure to the piping bag to ensure the crémeux fills evenly through the cake. Place the cake on a rack. Pour the warm glaze on the cake and cover all sides well. Spread the glaze evenly with a small offset spatula. Place the glazed cake onto a silpat lined tray and refrigerate for about 10 minutes, just to set the glaze. Once the glaze is set, use a serrated knife to cut a thin slice off either end of the cake. Place the cake onto the streusel base. Peel the chocolate decorations off the guitar sheet. Decorate the glazed banana bread with the chocolate decorations and some gold leaf. If you're not going to eat these cakes immediately, store them in the refrigerator for up to 3 days. Thank you for watching this video. In this recipe we learned several different techniques for creating this exotic banana bread. For this recipe I chose the fruity single origin Madagascan chocolate because I think it goes really well with the tropical flavours of banana, passion fruit and mango in this cake. I used this fun mould with a cylindrical insert, but you can use any mould and pipe the crémeux on top of the cake. Have fun creating your own versions of this cake and be sure to share them with us. See you next time.